You're on the air.
Yeah, you're on the air, everybody. Welcome.
One of the few times I'm not wearing an Arcade Radio t-shirt.
Nice. Trying to get mine.
I selected a surprising wardrobe selection for today. I know. Everybody's shocked.
Are you in the hotel room? It's hard to
No, I'm in my apartment, which is basically the size of a hotel room.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's really weird because, like, Brian's super choppy on the video, but your audio is good.
Yeah, I haven't seen your guys' video change in a little while.
Huh.
I can't even see Mark.
I'm, am I broadcasting? Let me see. Oh, I have to be, because Adam just saw my beard.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian's the only one that's not moving.
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah. Someone just asked who that young boy at Mark's place was.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? Hi. Welcome to the show.
Hey, underage drinking. Shit, that took like 15 years off your face.
All I know is that all women are like, grow that beard back. And I'm like, okay, just, what? Even my mom was like, did you get the COVID? And I'm like, no. Why would you say that?
Did you get the COVID?
And why would I shave if I got the COVID? It makes no sense.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I may have to do tonight without the show notes.
All right.
You can always maybe try it up on your phone, sheets.google.com, or get the Sheets app.
Yeah, you could just bring it up here on phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Something is going on here. This is weird.
It's very weird because if you want to reboot, you were doing great before, but now
I'm gonna try rebooting quick because this is like something is just dying off here.
All right, that sounds good. In the meantime,
I would be back.
yeah, that sounds good.
What's going on? What's going on? I've been waiting forever to wear this Flash shirt.
It's an awesome shirt, by the way. I really like it.
My wife bought it. I have to figure out where she got it from because it's a very nice rendition.
Yeah,
And,
it's stellar.
Plus, Flash didn't have a beard, so I thought, hey, the timing is right.
It is. They just did a documentary on him not long ago, the guy that was the lead. Apparently he had a bit of trouble in Hollywood after that.
You know, it's funny. Story time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember there was a neighbor who had all these VHS tapes, and this is like in 1981 when VHS tapes were like $90 each. And he had opened them all and put them in custom boxes, and he was like kind of a weirdo. Anyway, they moved suddenly. I don't know what happened. I think the family broke up. And there was a giant trash can outside of their yard one day when we were walking home from school, and it was full of porno.
Wow.
To the brim. All the way to the brim of porno.
Like magazines?
And my friends, porno magazines, all kinds. Big ones, small ones, little ones, you know.
Wow.
Raisin sized. And so, but on the very, very top was Sam, what's his name? And then another co-star from this Flash Gordon movie, totally naked. Like you could see his ding dong was out and her hoo-has were there.
Wow.
And so, yeah, that was really, I was like, what?
I like Hostess hoo-has. They're really good.
Oh, hoo-ha. Of course, me and my friends went and got a wheelbarrow and took every single one of those magazines and then, stored them and chronicled them. And then there were sales later. But
Excellent.
Junior high.
And furthermore, junior high. I think we lost Brian forever, and the picture that is up is awesome.
Oh man, is his mouth open at least?
No, it's like stuck with his tongue sticking out. It's the best. I think we should just like copy that image and then put it on every episode.
Right, and if he doesn't come back, let's at least throw the microphone over to him for 5 seconds to see if he says anything.
Yeah. I don't know what
What
kind
about
of.
you, Brian?
Yeah, I don't know. we are earlier than we are normally. We've already bantered for almost 5 minutes.
It's good, and it's. I think we went live at 7:14, which was
Yeah,
pretty good.
I have the voicemails up right now, and I don't see anything this week.
No, I don't think there's.
It's
Although right now, people listening to the show, feel free to call 612-548-GAME.
yeah, and leave a message, and then we'll play your message on the show without even censoring it. We'll just play it.
Right. We'll have no idea what you talk about.
Right.
Now's your chance to talk about your thoughts on politics, religion.
Sure, that's what we love on this show.
Wait, gun control. I forget what there was a whole list that you used to have a bumper that. I love that thing.
Yeah, I'm still trying to work on the corrections bumper because I wanted it to sound a little bit like. Do you remember Mad TV?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, do you remember there was a segment on Mad TV called Lowered Expectations?
Lowered expectations.
Exactly. It was like you were supposed to be on this dating network, and like they have this couple, and there's this overweight guy with this girl, and they go to like a freaking dump site, and he puts his hand down on this barbed wire, and he has to jerk it back, and he's like, ow, and it's like lowered expectations. And they have these video dates that are just of people that are horrible people or just dumb,
Yeah.
And it was really, really funny. And so this bumper for corrections, I thought I was trying to come off with the same sort of feel, Did you guys hear that?
I heard a click.
Oh, well, here it is, right here. It's
Okay.
It's the this is the crappy corrections. Yeah.
This call will be recorded and monitored. I have a collect call from
Arcade Radio.
an inmate at a San Bernardino County detention facility.
Corrections. Yeah, I'm still working on shortening that up, but I think it'd be really fun. And I don't know if we have any corrections from last week. Do we have any?
I don't know if it was last week, but you may have said the wrong episode number, and that would have been my bad.
Okay.
But I don't recall if it was last week or the week before.
Oh, when we were doing the show intro?
Yeah, I saw it later when I made a copy, and I was like, oh, I did not advance.
We
that.
did not
I wonder
advance.
if you-
So we're on
Yeah,
season 4, episode 32 for the 23rd time this week. That's pretty good. By the way, I think we're going to end up having a season finale here not too long away. I mean, we're already through mid-August, right? So normally it's the second week of September we shut down and we go for 6 weeks. So,
Man, we're gonna make it to 37, maybe 38.
yeah. That's a lot of episodes. That's 14 more than we do in a season.
That's like a whole extra year of extra.
Almost half year. Well, yeah, we do like 24 episodes a season normally.
I'm gonna bring up the YouTube chat. Who's in there right now?
By the way, I'm in the middle of editing the last 5 episodes. They'll go up tonight.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. So, yeah, that's really good. All right, let's get this thing.
Yeah, let's get the show on the road.
I see
so
Brian is there now, so we can
Am
start.
I back now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see your
Am I
little dot.
moving?
Yeah, we can hear your fan and everything. It's really great. Here we go.
Live from KOYR Studios in Minneapolis, Minnesota, this is Arcade Radio.
What is happening?
What?
Did you see that?
No, I was going to the thing.
Something's weird.
Ghost in the machine, or
Yeah. It's very odd. All of a sudden, like, it wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. I see. This is not the way you're supposed to do it. This is it's so frustrating. Technical problems piss me off. All right, let's do that again.
What do you like in a war room?
I know, it's really
Live from
annoying.
KOYR Studios in Minneapolis, Minnesota, this is Arcade Radio.
Hello, Commander. Computer reporting.
Intruder alert, intruder alert. Beware, I live. A stimulating opponent.
Kaboomy! Hello, and thanks for listening in from the Arcadosphere. This is Season 4, Episode 33 of the Arcade Radio Podcast. Today is Thursday, August 13th, 2020, and the time is approximately now 7:25 p.m. Central. I'm your host, Adam Sherman. I'm joined by my co-host, Mark We've Got to Get You Home Shields, and Paradise Arcade Shop proprietor and Colorado new interim governor, Brian Thurston Howell Armitage III, and joining us tonight, frequent listener and longtime arcade hearkening from the great Camp Crystal Lake, Minnesota. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm round of applause, please, for Mr. Chris Peabody. Oh, yes. Yes, welcome to the show. It's very good to have you aboard.
You did it.
Yep, we love having you. Oh, jeez. Okay, all right. There's a few people that don't like you. I'm sorry.
It's over.
That's okay.
That's right. We have the human Shazam on here to save all of you tonight. Mark, do we have a contest in the hopper tonight for something?
I don't think so. I think it's a traditional night tonight.
So tonight we're just gonna give away nothing.
We could give away. Let's see.
I've got a
This
Mr. Do.
bag.
I've got a Mr. Do magnet.
It's pretty good.
I don't even have a couch to sit on right now, so.
By the way, for the season finale contest, we're gonna give away this guy, Herman, Mr. Frankenstein. And I think we should give away some more Steve Wiebe posters. What about that?
Oh, that sounds like fun.
I've got a signed Stevie, Mr. Peabody. You won one of those, right?
Yeah.
And did it come out all right? Is it okay? You got to hang it on the wall.
You didn't. You just mailed it. You didn't drive it over.
Okay, so here's what they look like. It's a Mall of America poster signed by Steve Wiebe.
Is easy access.
Yep.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome. So, anyway, should we do this tonight?
Yes, that's a good one.
All right. It's July 11th at 2 p.m. in the Rotunda. July 10th is Fistful of Quarters viewing. And it has no date, no year on it. But wasn't this like 2015? Like 5 years ago.
Close enough.
Anyway, I've got a couple of these left. Let's give away one tonight. You want to set up the contest, and we'll give the magic word.
I'm working on it.
All right, cool. So we'll show that again in a little bit. I'll put it in this Pringles can and ship it to you. Actually, I think it would fit in a Pringles can. Oh, not quite. Oh well.
You had a convenient Pringles can in your vicinity just now?
Yeah, you know what's really sad about these? They don't pop. You remember that commercial where you pop the top?
Uh-huh.
They don't pop anymore.
Oh, now it's just a piece of paper.
It's like a foil that just peels off, and it's boring.
I'm gonna go get my Pringles.
It's not
I only
like
have
a-
one flavor.
Yeah, it's not like it. I mean, I can.
Is there time for me to get it?
Sure. Yeah, sounds good.
And please chew them while
Yeah.
leaning towards
What you
the
got to
microphone.
do
Hold
is
No, I have this is on super condenser.
There you go. So, yeah. Mr. Peabody's joining us tonight, so that means What's in the Juke could be easier for the people that play tonight.
Unless Kelsey's on there.
All right, Kelsey, you got to watch out for Kelsey. And Randy. Randy's in here now, too, so he's super good. Yeah. And Randy already
said he had surgery.
Who's got surgery?
Fingers.
Who had surgery?
Netropolis said he had hand surgery.
Oh, he's going to have to use voice to text. That always turns out really fun. Don't you think?
It does.
Wendy's Baconator?
So my Pringles
Bacon.
are Wendy's Baconator flavor.
Are you kidding me? Are they gone?
No, it's full.
Oh, I want one. Can you pass it through the microphone?
So beefy.
It's
Here,
like,
Adam, go
oh,
ahead.
thanks. All right,
Put
let me
it
just.
here.
Yeah, okay, I got it. Oh, thank you.
Ah, nice. Oops, I'll get another one out of this can.
Those Baconators are great.
Man, it's like you can smell burning cheese.
I can't believe that you. It's like when does it say? Let me see the can again. Does it say Wendy's right on the
It says
can?
Wendy's on
Absolutely, it does.
That is hilarious. Mine is just good old sour cream.
Classic. No, I buy the weird ones as soon as they're like, here's the, the foot flavor one. And I'm like, oh, let's try it.
And the question is, does a meat stick taste good in it?
Oh, man. I can go get a beef stick. No, I don't have any.
Oh my god. All right,
I
so
don't think this is vegan.
I could talk about what I've been working on.
You know, bacon bits are vegan.
Yes. That's good.
They are.
The Bakos ones? Yeah.
The classic.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no bacon in them. Yeah. They're made with something resembling bacon.
That was probably baked or something so that they could get
Salt.
Salt. They're made with salt and bacon flavoring.
all that filler that's in dog food. Yeah. Cheers.
I got a virus on my computer somehow. I don't know. On my Mac.
PC on your Mac?
Yeah.
I've never had that happen.
It's
where were you?
it's malware.
Oh my god.
It's in my Chrome browser. I don't know how to get rid of it yet. I already uninstalled all my extensions. What I'm really worried about is when I fire up my PC. Because, it has all the carryover from the... It's just awful. It's going to be a fun night. So, what have I been working on?
Yeah, what have you been working on, sir?
Well, I've been talking to this guy about some stuff that he picked up, and it's console gaming stuff. And so I've been going through all my console gaming stuff and weeding out some Super NES stuff that I'm not going to keep anymore, some NES stuff that I'm going to get rid of. But I may come into a Fairchild Channel F, if you know what that is. It's the very first cartridge-based video game home system. It was made by Fairchild, and it was called the Channel F, and it had cartridges, and the games were nowhere near as sophisticated as the Atari 2600 VCS. But from a historical standpoint, it might be a fun piece if I can get it for a decent price. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm not like set on getting it. I mean, they're readily available if you want to pay. So at some point I might get one just to try them. But I hear they're horribly boring, and so it's not like I want to rush out and get one. But it's kind of like having an Odyssey, right? Everybody wants an Odyssey. Who knows why? It's just Pong, with some overlays. But anyway, I've been working on that, and it's been good because I've been wanting to get rid of some of my console gaming stuff anyway. And I've been learning that GameCube stuff is skyrocketing in price. Holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a GameCube, now's the time. Sell some of that stuff. And I've got Atari VCS up the yin yang, so I don't know what to do about all that stuff. And I got two 7800s and all these boxed games that have never been opened, and some are sealed. And I think now might be the... What's that?
Sorry, I started saying our lips are sealed, but then I thought, how inappropriate. Shut up.
Yeah, no, it's fine. So the other thing that I've been working on is there's this guy named Chris Peabody.
Yeah.
Mr. Peabody, you might have heard of him. He listens to the show, and he's been offering to work on a Journey control panel for me. So today, he came by and picked up his swag from the show, which it was nice to see you, buddy. Social distancing and all, and I gave him the Journey control panel. So that's pretty cool. He's, in fact, I've got some pictures, and with that, I think I'm going to hand this off to Chris, Mr. Peabody. What have you been working on in the hobby?
Yeah.
Well, I've been working on this guy Adam's control panel.
I bet Bob Zarsdek would have something to say about that.
Who's that?
Other than that, I haven't been working on anything too much arcade related. And, I will be working on getting this bit kit going and updated probably this weekend and shove it into one of my cabs and try that out. There's a lot of games on there I want to play that I haven't been able to play yet, so that's
cool. Yeah, for the chatters, I put a link to the Journey control panel restoration album that I have, and it starts off showing you the Romstar Arkanoid conversion and all the neat holes that they drilled in it. And you can see at the top they put a plexi piece in there, and they added 11 holes for that panel. So you can see the stripping process and when it's clean, and then you can see all the 11 holes, and then the last 5 pictures are just glorious. And that is the work Chris did today. And now I can take that thing to the powder coaters. So that'd be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I did have a little Minnesotan in there, didn't I? Just threw it right at the end.
The Minnesotan powder coaters.
You mean you're salting this?
What color you want that?
I don't even know how to do a Minnesota accent. I just don't.
You just speak.
Yeah, I just speak. No, actually, my relatives that live in like Thief River and stuff like that, they have. Oh my God.
Oh.
It's like Fargo, but worse. Who's vibrating? Someone's vibrating.
That was me. Sorry.
Are you sorry?
Are you?
No, not really, but
Mark, what have you been working on?
Well, first of all, I can't log into our WordPress site because I think someone's hacking it. I'm not 100% sure. It says I'm getting but as far as in the hobby, I took my Mortal Kombat and Wizard of War to storage yesterday, so I put some arcade miles for my tax purposes on that truck. I'm pretty happy with that. I did that because I had to make room for my Cubicle booth, which is the Bill and Ted phone booth replica, and it was finally delivered today. They were supposed to install it, but the installer showed up for the delivery driver, and they yelled at each other, and then I was like, I don't know what they're saying because I don't speak Mexican that much. Anyway, so then it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good now.
It's all good in the neighborhood.
I want to fix my Pong PCB. What?
We also found out that it's only $161 to ship that Miss Pac-Man from Houston to Minnesota.
That's insanely cheap. I can't wait. We're going to go to Guns Point Mall.
I don't think that's what it's called.
And drop off the game. I think I'm going to set it all up on my trailer, and then I'm going to block it, blanket it, wrap it, and strap it.
By the way, I logged into the site, no problem. So maybe there's like a...
I can't. It's blocking me for some reason. It won't let me do anything. I get a 429 error. I'm like, what have I done?
I don't know, but I'm logged into it right now. And I just...
The Russians are probably like, just like we planned.
Just like we planned.
That Chrome extension has come in handy.
You are not getting into the site.
We are finally into his WordPress.
You must get the moose and squirrel.
Yes. Let's see. Okay. And I did fire up your machine yesterday. I reassembled it, made sure the monitor worked.
That was
and we had some
freaking funny.
So weird the video.
Yeah. Do you have a way to share that?
I mean, I could try holding up my phone, but it's not that beautiful. That's a very Todd Tucky thing to do.
Yeah, but you know what? Why?
Not to say anything bad about Todd Tucky.
That was funny though. He had his computer. And he's like, "Look at this video." We're like, wait.
It's right behind me, and I'm like,
It's like, that's okay. We love Todd.
let's see.
We want him to come on a third time, right? Has he been on twice?
Absolutely, I would love that. That would be great. So I do a little zoom here. Oh, what's that? Low battery. But you can see like the ghosts look like pork chops or bats flying around. And then there's this wave going by. It is so weird. I've never watched.
That's weird. They look like tacos.
That's a ROM 1 failure.
Yeah, they look like tacos.
They do look like tacos, yeah.
It's Miss Taco.
Miss Taco.
All right, did you try to log into that site again? I think just go to arcaderadio.com/ you know, the WP admin thing.
Okay, yeah. I will do that. I think that's all I have to share. I did find 5 switchers that I forgot I bought, so they're going to join the other 3 that I bought later. And so now I own 8 switchers. It's great. If anybody needs a switcher, just let me know. Hey, maybe that's what the contest winnings is. No, it's not.
You never know.
Hey, Brian, what are you working on?
Well, actually, before I left last week, I pulled the marquee off of Tempest and did not get finished putting it all back together because that thing is a pain in the ass to strip. I mean, because you have to get all the adhesive off of the wood and off the glass and off. I had the metal powder coated. It was easy to pull the metal piece out, the speaker grill, but like putting the rest of that back together. And then, of course, I got some of the wood or the paint stripper. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Paint stripper on the little piece of cardboard that goes behind the speaker so that you don't get the light bleed over, and it turned that white. That was awesome. So that was kind of fun. And then we've been working on the Senti panels. I did the first print of the hat trick panels, and they came out freaking amazing. So the original Senti panels were powder coated, and then they would do a silk screen right on top of it, and they do a white layer of the silk screen, then they would do all the colors and then do black. And the colors and the white were a smaller area than the black, and so if you look at the edges of the panel, you can see like these layers go down, where it goes from like the white and colors down to the black silk screen down to the black powder coating. And we were able to recreate that exact look on these panels using the printer, the direct print printer. So the panels look absolutely phenomenal. They look exactly like the originals, just not worn out.
Nice.
So right now I am finishing off color matching all of the marquees and control panels for Chicken Shift, Goalie Ghost, Spiker, Off the Wall, Trivial Pursuit. There's a couple others that we're working on. Hat Trick. So it should be fun. They look awesome. So I'm really excited about that. And I just got to have somebody print them. Since I'm in Colorado now.
Oh, who's in Colorado that prints?
Well, no, I mean, we'll do them back at the shop, but I got to have somebody actually print them at the shop.
Crazy.
So, but yeah, it was pretty fun. I was super excited to see the first version come out.
So that's interesting because it sort of leads into our first segment.
I always felt that the true stars at Atari was engineering.
Oh, you're an inventor.
Yes, I am.
What have you invented?
A lot of things.
Like?
Like a lot of things. Like things that you've heard of.
Like?
Well, things that you will have heard of, okay? Patents are pending.
Arcade gadgets with Brian the Clown.
Welcome to the gadget segment. So, from hackaday.com, just when you thought the one-up Star Wars cabinet was too big, somebody has created a 1/4 scale replica, relying heavily on 3D printed parts. This is a quote, accurate representation of the Star Wars. It comes with flight controller, actually miniature flight controller, and an MDF cabinet with, guess what, a Raspberry Pi running a 4.3-inch LCD.
Excellent.
So there's small
But
If you haven't seen it, it is pretty neat. It reminds me a lot of the Replicates. I haven't seen those. The little mini Tempests are kind of neat too. But you did a nice job with it. But that's on hackaday.com. The other kind of fun product that people might be interested in, it's not a new product, but it's a rerun. So every now and then, I'm dying of it. Oh, am I roboting?
Just keep going.
You were.
So everybody waits for Takeman to do these panels, and he does them in kind of broken up runs, and we'll stop doing something for a while and then redo them. So if you need Atari Power Bricks, he is doing them again. So get on the list, go check out KLOV. He's doing them with kits, so you can actually do the full thing. And I'd check it out. These are the Power Bricks that go in the bottom of the cabinet. They're nickeled. Yep, there we go. And so you can have a beautiful new looking Power Brick available on KLOV right now, $27 a piece, and then he has quantity discounts for them. The accessory kits are like $14. That's about it.
Yeah, the cool thing about those kits is they come with stickers and stuff to complete the panel, and multiple stickers for whichever Atari Power Brick you happen to be rebuilding. So I bought several years back. I still have a few left, but they're well worth it. They're exact reproductions. They look wonderful, and it sure beats having to sandblast and have everything. What do you call that? Re-zinced.
Filthy.
You know,
Zinced, yeah.
So I mean that's fine, but it seems like you're going to spend about the same amount, doing all that work. Then
Probably you'll spend more getting one re-zinced than you would just buying a new one.
Yeah,
because it's not cheap doing that.
Yeah. So, what else you got in the gadget hopper there?
There's not much else in the gadget hopper. I got myself out to Colorado successfully, so I've been a little distracted with the first 4 days of a new job.
It's pretty cool.
It is wildly cool.
Nice. What was that plane ride like?
I just, kept the mask on, kept to myself.
Yeah.
Washed my hands a lot, didn't touch my face. So I get to fly back tomorrow, pick up the car, and drive back out here.
Licked the LCD screen, rubbed himself all over the seats.
I actually didn't. I didn't lick the LCD screen. I licked the armrests. I mean, come on.
God, the drive back is quite interesting.
13 hours, but it's been like I've been trying to furnish an apartment without a vehicle. Not fun.
Yeah.
So, but
Good
yeah,
times.
we'll have some new products soon. We've got some stuff we're working on. I think people with Midway, the little Midway name tag plates will be very excited about some stuff we have coming out soon. But I have to check one thing before I fully announce what we've done there. Something no one else has done before with them. So it'll be fun.
Midway if you have permission to do it, or what?
No.
Okay,
They're just gonna look. They're gonna look better than the ones that are out there now. So, and everybody will be able to put them on.
Okay, got it.
Coolly.
Well done.
Little teaser.
Yeah.
Posts.
And that's it. And then I will give a shout out to Jason. I think sold out of his. I see him in the chat. Sold out of his pie positions very quickly. And so those are on the forums as well as on Facebook. And I know after he does the first run, he's planning on using that to fund the second run. So if you haven't seen that, I know we've talked about it a few times since I see him in the chat. We'll give him another shout out on that. Definitely check out the pie position. That's the Raspberry Pi based pole position board. And I believe he's working on Space Pi now, which is a Space Invaders Pi board for running your Space Invaders off of a Raspberry Pi.
Interesting.
So
I heard he expanded from 50 in the initial to 100.
Yep.
He just put that in the chat.
I got one.
Very cool. Your pole position hasn't been running, has it?
My pole position cockpit has had it's had a problem to where it's never been 100%. So I'm very excited about shoving this up in there.
Oh, that's
Ram
good.
it in there.
All right. Well, I guess we're gonna move on to the next section.
Stevens.
Yeah, well, we've got some news for you. High Score, a new documentary by Netflix, is going to air next week on Wednesday. Have you guys heard about this? So, apparently they've been working on it, but they've got the ups and downs of the video game industry on a 6-part series on Netflix, and it airs next. It airs next week. So you'll be able to watch it, binge watch the whole thing, but it's got everything.
Now your host.
Yeah, exactly. Is that what it shows right now?
It does.
That's funny because I just kicked off the music to try to, pump it up there, but we'll just skip that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was going to play the video, but there was a technical difficulty there. So, anyway, you got to check that out next Wednesday. I think it'll be good. And then from the towntalk.com, Wayback's Arcade host, world champion joust player Lonnie McDonald. I don't know what that headline's supposed to say. But anyway, Lonnie McDonald, the world champion player of the arcade game Joust, plays the game at Wayback's Arcade in Pineville today. So, apparently he's there or has played it. It takes him about anywhere between 4.5 to 6 hours to flip the scores. So, he's now on a 300 arcade machine tour across the country to beat Joust machines. And the one at Wayback is his most recent pit stop. Do you know what number it is, by chance?
I don't. Mine was 156. I know he hit 200 recently.
Yeah, mine was 84.
You know what's really sad is that my battery died before I could change it out, so his name is gone.
You could just forge it. Put it right back in.
How do you do that? I have to look that up.
I've got Lon. I think you can actually go in and edit the top name.
The name, but the score, that's the trick.
Yeah, that is the trick. Yeah, so I had the same problem. My battery went kaplooey.
Right. I took pictures. It's fine.
Yeah, me too. They're up there somewhere in the stratosphere. Oh, and from seacoastonline.com, this is actually kind of crappy.
Yes.
I read this morning, and it was not linked to the video game community in any way. It was just a news article.
Some guy.
Yeah.
Right.
And so when I read it, it was New Hampshire man in a murder-suicide. But it turns out that investigators believe a Dover man shot and killed his ex-girlfriend before taking his own life. And that man happened to be a former Twin Galaxies world record holder by the name of Rudy Ferretti. So the woman that died is Amy Moulter, 46. She was reported missing Monday. So this is a horrible, horrible story.
Terrible. This guy's like just a freaking insano.
Yeah, I mean, it's so frustrating when it's murder-suicide. It's so frustrating. There's no closure for anybody. So, makes me want to just reach through the grave and kill him again.
Punch him in the face. Yes.
Yeah.
I want to punch his body.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, if you want to read the details of that, you can find it pretty much anywhere. Just New Hampshire double suicide or suicide murder, you'll find it. So anyway, on a lighter, on a lighter note, we're gonna switch to the next segment. Woo! Woo! Oh.
Back in '82, I used to be able to throw a pigskin a quarter mile.
Back to the cave with Time Runners.
Why are things so heavy in the future? Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
Yes.
Welcome, time travelers, to Time Circuit's Corner. Oh, that's supposed to say Time Runners Corner. Anyway, whatever. Hi. I didn't have any audio today, so if anybody wants to hum something, feel free. Movie lovers can now rewind and unwind at the last remaining Blockbuster store in the world. By the way, I worked at Blockbuster for about a half a year.
Wow.
It was great, except, I'll tell you about that later. Located in Bend, Oregon, the sole surviving location of the video rental chain, it's been transformed into a limited-time Airbnb. And I will tell you, when I found out how limited, very limited, super limited. Like, it's probably already done. But anyway, And I don't see how this is going to keep their business alive. They're offering locals the opportunity to enjoy 90s themed sleepovers. I don't know why they said 90s. It existed in the 80s, right?
Sleepovers?
Or no, the Blockbuster
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty
Blockbuster
sure.
was around in the 80s. Yeah.
Totally. So anyway, starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Starting Sunday, any resident in Deschutes County, it can book one of the 3 reservations available for a one-night stay inside the store for $4. That's it. Around the price of a movie rental. Yeah, isn't that insane? You get face coverings, disinfectant wipes, hand sanitizer, and a copy of a safety protocol sheet thrown in your face when they shut the door. It's awesome. The rental allows up to 4 people from the same household, mind you, to follow these local guidelines. And so the reservations are only for 3 days, September 18th, 19th, and 20th. Those are the only 3 days they will do it. So I wonder how many people are going to drive up to the Blockbuster those 3 days and bang on the window in the middle of the night, like, hey, you know. How's that rental?
Just for listeners, Blockbuster was founded in 1985. David Crook ran it. Or Cook. Sorry, Cook. And it was founded in Dallas, Texas.
Awesome. Can you believe that Blockbuster several years ago could have bought Netflix for just $50 million?
I know, and they did not. They wanted to do
we
their.
don't need that. That's a stupid model.
Well, they did their own service, which failed. Yeah. You can't. When somebody has invented something that's successful and you decide to compete, it's like if McDonald's were in business for 10 years and you're like, I'm going to come in and take over.
Yeah, but remember what Netflix was back then, right? I mean, it wasn't like
DVDs.
Hugely successful. Right, but it wasn't hugely successful. I mean, it was doing well.
Yeah, but they had it
like
down.
It is now. They did, but it wasn't like...
Just because you didn't subscribe to it doesn't mean that it wasn't successful and had a good business model for making money. Blockbuster tried to get into it and couldn't make it work.
Well, I mean, it wasn't... What Netflix had at the time was not proprietary enough to, like, say... I mean, why would you buy them if you could just ship your movies out and, like, do the same thing?
Sure.
So was their infrastructure worth that? And their name? And evidently it was, but, like, it wasn't... I mean... It's not. I mean, when you say Netflix now is like a powerhouse. I mean, like making their own movies, doing all that stuff.
Sure.
It's a completely different company now.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, if you
so
could
is
have looked for it
Blockbuster.
back then, you'd be like, "Here's the $50 million." I would have come up with $50 million for them back then.
Yes.
And I would have rubbed them into the ground. There would be no Netflix anymore.
I'd be like, "What? Nobody wants to rent a Blu-ray? Screw you guys."
Now, the interesting thing, like Redbox sort of took over as the video store, right?
Yeah.
And just FYI, they were founded 18 years ago.
Oh my god.
So
we are old. Oh.
I mean, 18 years ago. That's. I mean, there's people listening to this show probably on, Spotify that.
Brendan's at least 18, so. I think.
Yeah, that's true. He's like, but he's only ever known Redbox. Did he even ever get to? Did he ever go to a Blockbuster? Probably.
I don't know. We can go to this one on September 18th and 19th and the 20th.
Excellent.
Nice.
What else do you know, Mark?
Well, I don't know actually what's in the juke.
What? Well, Mr. Peabody. What
yeah.
do we? How's
he going to resist this? He's right there.
Maybe Mr. Peabody should kick us off with the next segment.
What's in the juke?
What's in the juke?
Hey everybody, welcome to What's in the Juke, the game show where we play a tiny snippet of a song and hope to God that you can recognize the title, which you will be awarded with a half point.
Half point.
If you can guess the artist in addition to the title, well, that's a half point too, but both together.
Full point.
I'm messing with the standards.
Half point.
Anyway,
full
if you don't know it, find it out.
Full point.
Worst show ever. It's set up, by the way.
It's all set up. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm getting pop-ups left and right out of my browser. I don't know what to do.
Wow. Hey, I like what Brian's doing. That was pretty cool, man.
We talked about it at the beginning of the show.
I missed it. I showed up like 5 minutes before the show started. Sorry, guys.
Brad in the chat wants to know if those are LPs or Laserdiscs behind you. I think he's talking about me.
Oh, definitely LPs.
Yeah, they're LPs.
I have about 25 Laserdiscs somewhere.
Yeah, no, it's I have about, I don't know, a dozen Laserdiscs. I do have the Star Wars, the last version of Star Wars, unedited with special effects on Laserdisc. Remember the trilogy set they did?
Right.
It was like a special edition deal, THX. They came out on VHS too in widescreen. But that was the last digital media.
Authentic original version of it.
Yeah, and it wasn't really digital, it's analog, but the sound is digital. So
I see.
it's laser disc. You know what I've been getting into lately?
Lasers.
Is Video 8. But that's a whole different show.
Oh, I saw somebody just converted some Back to the Future and Indiana Jones DVDs to Video 8.
So they can play them on Video 8.
So
that's funny.
Yeah, he's like, I want to be able to work on my games while I'm watching my Video 8.
That is funny. You know, and Video 8's it's 240 lines of resolution. It's like VHS.
But it's crispy.
Yeah, it can be. It can be.
So that's not high 8, right? It's just Video 8.
Right. And I mean, high 8 is still 240. It's
Didn't they make a digital version of it that was 480?
There was later. It was digital 8.
That's it. Right.
Yeah. It was like a DVHS or something. Not DVHS. What is the digital? 8.
UHD VHS or something like that.
Sony. Sony had a proprietary one. You know, Sony does anything they do it digital 8. It's called digital 8. So. But yeah. So if he transfer. What's that?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I was about to say, are we doing a contest now or show or what?
I don't know. Were you able to actually get into the website?
I did. The contest is ready. So anybody that wants to enter in our contest, arcaderadio.com/contest, R with an, no AR, but just R. And what will our special code word be today? Let's ask Chris to make one up.
Chris, what is the special code word for today's contest?
Peabody.
Peabody. There you go.
Nice.
And if you don't know how to spell it, you can look at the Facebook page or YouTube that you're looking at right now, because his name's in there. So, and you'll win one of these Steve Wiebe posters. So fill out that contest form, arcaderadio.com/contest, or go to the arcaderadio.com app site on your phone and click on the menu button and then click contest. So that means we got to play some songs.
Do it.
All right. So the jukebox normally, and we're going to talk about this, but
oh no.
Yeah. So we're gonna. I don't know if
There's a theme today, and it's probably complicated because Adam has like a very nice niche of videos.
Well,
of audio files.
Well, the interesting, it's funny because I do not have the first track.
That's a tough one.
And it's I don't even know if is this, because there's a version of this on the Back to the Future soundtrack, is there not?
Yes, there is.
So
also on the Halloween 2 soundtrack.
So let's play the one off of Back to the Future.
Sure, let's hear it.
Okay, here we go. Let me pull up that first track. So everybody's ready for this first track, right? It is on here. No, it's a different track entirely, Mark. We're both wrong.
Is it?
Yeah. We're both thinking of the same band, but it's not. It's in the movie. There is a version of that in the movie.
Let's just get the if they get the title, they get the full point.
Okay. Well, all right. Let me pull.
That was the furthest back one.
Well, I'll play this clip. Okay. This is just not in my library, so it took a little longer to queue up. All right, and it might get an ad, so we'll find out here. I think that's all they need. That is the one that they used in the movie, I think.
I think so. That sounds right.
But
The
it's
song
not
is not about a bum, by the way.
right, and it's not. It is Mr. Sandman.
Yeah.
Randy Gelking got it. Randy, welcome back to the show.
Wow, it's been a while, Randy.
And then it is the Chordettes.
Oh,
Randy.
So, good job.
Randy got a full point.
Full point.
Nice work.
Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Metallica.
Everything after this is way easier.
Well, that's good. That
would
I
love a
don't.
Metallica
You know what's
cover
funny?
of
When I
this.
don't have a song, it irritates me because my library is 35,471 songs,
I would love a copy.
and I love it because I can, like, at my fingertips, whether I'm online or not, I can play whatever it is, and it's fun to do. So, the next track is one of my favorite songs, and it is getting played for you right now. Yeah.
I saw this band play on my college campus, University of Houston, in 1988, to a crowd of 50 people.
You know, it's funny. I don't have this next track either, but I do have a cover of it by Pat
Why
Boone.
not?
It's by Pat Boone.
No way. Oh, yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay, well, you don't have to get the artist on the next one, but you do have to get the song. Okay, Mr. That was Broken Wings, Mr. And so Joe Drosen and Nentropolis are splitting that one up. Am I getting that? Is that right?
That's right. Anybody else? Let me take a peek here. I have to look up into the thing.
Half point.
Half point for Joe
Mr.
Drosen.
Joe Drosen, and then Metropolis Broken Wings.
Yep.
All right, Metropolis. I haven't mailed your thing yet, Metropolis. I just gotta find
It's okay. I haven't mailed anybody's things, so that's fine.
I'm trying to make the package smell like marijuana when I mail it into Canada. I don't have any marijuana, but I think that there's a spray I can use. So.
Okay, this next track
He can send it off.
is a cover. What'd you say, Mr. Peabody?
I said if he wants to make it smell like marijuana, just send it to Brian first in Colorado.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, here we go. Here.
Oh my God.
No one's gonna get it from
No
that
one will get that. That intro is not even accurate.
Here we go.
Till they got a hold of me. I open doors for little old ladies. I help the blind to see.
That is like the worst cover.
Is Pat Boone still alive? That's what
I believe he is.
Wow.
Let's play the real one.
Okay.
Now that we've confused the crap out of everybody. Oh my God, that's hilarious. So yeah, here's your real track. Yeah, and this one is actually on Dazed and Confused, I think. If you're interested in that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
At Aspen Dental, smile
Oh
for
my
zero
God.
money down with zero
Oh, man.
worries.
We
Plus
just got
get zero
added.
interest if paid in full within 8.
3, 2.
That's better. That's a great intro to a song.
And somehow before you started, Brad Holman came up with
No more-
Alice Cooper, No More Mr. Nice Guy.
All right, nice. He did his homework. He's like,
Good
I'm just
job,
going to go
sir.
through all the Pat Boone covers and hit the ones that I think it is. So that's pretty good. So he got a full point for that.
He did.
Full point.
He is
Boy,
tied.
what's in the juke tonight is one hell of a train wreck. I'll tell you that.
Yes, I wonder what the theme is.
I wonder what the theme. And if you guess the theme,
You get a point.
you get a point. Yeah. Well, okay.
You won't be able to guess it until the last one.
Oh. Yeah. All right. Here comes your next track.
I knew a man, Bojang.
What?
Oh my gosh, I hate it when they do that. So, yeah, that's your hint, Mr. Bojangles. Randy's on there.
Yes.
Hey, Heather got in there with a little Bojangle action.
Welcome, Heather.
Welcome, Heather. You're the second regular chatter woman to be on the show.
Yes.
It's nice to have you in there. Sweet. Okay, so Mr. It is. Yeah.
Joe Drosen got the band name, the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band.
So we're at a half point
Half
for
point.
those fellas. Okay, that's good. This next track it's interesting because we've already had this band
at least once. Oh yeah.
It must be really difficult for Mr. Peabody not to answer. Like he's like, hey, and
I know that one.
all right, it is Mr. Song Titles. Randy says, is that correct? We need to give him.
Looks like Metropolis was the first to put Mister.
Sure, but Randy got the theme.
The theme is Mr. Song Titles, but there's just one other half to it.
Oh, okay. So he gets a half point for that.
I think Metropolis also got Kyrie. He tried to spell it out phonetically, it looks like.
So when this song came out, I used to think it said, give me a laser down the road that I must travel. Yeah, listen. Here we go. Get me a laser down the road. I mean, does it not? Here we go. Give me a laser down the road. Because why else would you go down a road without a laser?
I would love a laser.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Give me a laser down the road that I must travel. Give me a laser in the darkness of the night. That makes a lot more sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, tell us where we are at with the scores.
Well, we already did. So Metropolis cleaned up.
No, like where are we at with the scores?
Oh, with the scores?
Yeah.
Well, it's a fun tie. Randy and Metropolis tied in first place with 1.5 points, and then Joe Drosen and Brad Holman tied in second place with 1 point. Nobody in third place. It's an open field for third place. So many people could get it. Who? Crime Fighter may get it. Who's that? I don't know. There's a guy named Crime Fighter in the chat. Look at that. He even chimes in at the end. Yeah, it is Kyrie. Yeah. What a. Hey.
Here comes your next track. There's a lot of
intro
synth in that.
I really like it. He's going for an organ.
Yeah, there's synth. It is Brad Holman got Oxy. That's not quite correct. He missed.
I get what you're saying.
There we go. Z.
Ozzy.
Yeah.
Ozzy.
He got it anyway. He got Ozzy. And who is the song? What is the song?
Metropolis.
Looks like Metropolis got it. Mr. Crowley.
Mr. Crowley. Excellent.
Such a good song. Have you ever seen Ozzy perform? Anybody?
Point.
No, just that one time he bit off a bat's head.
Yeah.
I have seen him. I went to an Ozfest. It was amazing. Sharon comes out and bitches
Live.
about the bands that played earlier.
Oh, that's. Does she really?
She did. I forget what it was. I think it was Quiet Riot. She was like, "They're assholes."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, Sharon."
Oh, that's funny.
I saw him down at Fort McCoy. Was it Fort McCoy? Is that the Wisconsin one? But he's great.
Yeah, you guys are metal. I mean, Brian and yeah, it's funny because I call Susan Sharon sometimes. Sharon, Sharon. Here comes your next track. La 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 la.
That's my mom's name.
I have this album. It is a really good album. The whole thing from to finish.
That guy has such a look.
Mr. Jones is correct. Counting Crows. Someone got the half point on that, Mr. Ryan.
Looks like Randy got Mr. Jones.
Hey, it's Ryan and Randy, the original hometown team.
S1500 Ryan back.
Check that out. Those are our 2 original listeners right there. Randy and Ryan.
We had 3 listeners.
Yeah, I know. And one of them was me. So.
Oh, we lost a listener.
Okay, this is actually my favorite track by this band off this album, and here it comes. You know, what's funny is it was a single, but it's like people don't know it.
Right.
Let's see if somebody gets
it.
It
Was their 3rd single too. I put this in the order of release.
Oh, did you? Okay. I love this.
Should have done it the other way.
I guess we got to play a little more of that one. We got some.
The Metropolis. No, it is not question mark. No. It is not Snoop Dogg.
You keep me guessing. Is it not?
Oh.
Yeah.
Brad Holman knows the song, not the title or the singer.
So do you really know it then? I mean.
Does she?
I mean, do you really?
Does he?
Is it love?
Rosen, you finally got it out.
Excellent. Is it love?
Yes.
And I think Randy gets the artist.
Okay, done.
Because he says reviews all Mr. Songs in his head. So he knew who the artist was. Oh no, that's just because he's... Yeah, never. We'll give it to him anyway. Mr. Mister is the artist.
I wonder if the word Mr.
Why don't you tell? All right, so... And then, wow, there's just... These are deep cuts.
Is Brian frozen again?
Probably.
He looks like an anime character right now.
Kind of moving.
All right, this one is another deep cut, which I do have in my collection. Here we go. Somebody should get it from that.
I love this one. Now, not a Beatles song.
Now, you do realize that this has recently been revived because it was in a film.
Oh, really? Which one?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Part 2, I think?
Yep.
Nice. I need to rewatch that.
It is ELO, Ryan. That is correct. And
Correct.
What is the name of the song? Mr. Something.
It is not Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
No.
Sun is shining in the sky. There ain't a cloud.
It does
It's
sound
not
a
the
lot
Beatles.
like
It does.
the Beatles.
Very inspired, I think.
Yeah.
I love those. ELO is one of my favorite bands.
Mine too. They have. I mean, my favorite album is Time.
Yep.
It's just
Also the name. What a hell of a name. Come on.
Yeah. I love that
Joe
album
got
so
it.
much. Mr. Blue Sky, nice.
Mr. Blue Sky.
So we're getting to the end of this contest.
We are. At the moment, Randy is ahead by a hair
All
with
right.
2.5 points. Joe and Metropolis tied with 2 points. And then Brad and Brian tied 1.5 points. 3rd place.
Now this is interesting. The last track you picked, but here we go.
Yes. 23 seconds in, it's worth it.
Should I go to that part? I'll go to that part.
Or just a little bit before that.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Let's see if Chris perks up when this happens.
Now this is interesting. I have nearly everything this guy does.
This one's been covered so many times, it's ridiculous.
I don't know if it's in my... Okay, I'm going to have to pull it up. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way, some YouTubing.
You're going to buy it?
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
YouTube. Yeah,
I've
yeah.
done that. I've done that.
I know. I appreciate your...
But it's because I want the album, and, you know, why not own it, you know, because then I can take it on the road. When I'm not somewhere where I can listen to... Okay, this... I've played this before.
Have you?
Yeah. On probably the show. I don't know. We'll try.
Not on your other podcast?
No. Not on my other podcast. What? I don't have another podcast.
Oh, you had one briefly.
It's true, but that was way before. Okay, here we go. This is interesting. Okay.
Daddy, won't you take me back?
Well, that's going to be a tough one.
That is tough.
Especially since Mr.'s not in the title.
But at 23 seconds.
Yeah. Christopher Graham's like, Adam's Conspiracy Podcast? Yes, I have that. It's a weekly podcast called Tinfoil Hats.
Randy Gelking pulls it out with Johnny Cash.
And what is the name of the song?
Let's see if they can figure that out.
We're gonna go 20 seconds in here.
I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train done hauled it away.
He did what?
Yeah, this is a tough one.
Peabody has a coal train?
Brad Holman says it's not hurt.
No, not at all.
He's not wrong. But I don't know that...
Chris, are you familiar with the song?
I know it.
You know it, okay.
Okay, tell us what it is, because these guys are not going to get it.
Paradise.
Perfect.
Boom.
Paradise. Excellent.
The Man in Black.
That is pretty freaking cool.
And they say, so does that register for you when he says about Mr. Peabody and his coal train and all that?
Well, yeah, there's a Peabody Coal Company, and that's...
Is that what he's
different
referencing?
side of the family. It goes way back.
Right.
So they're actually relatives?
I'm not exactly sure, but I think they're the old relatives from out east.
Sure. Distant relatives living in West Virginia.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Well, that concludes what's in the juke. So let's tally it up. See who gets the love and adulation of all of their peers.
Randy Gelking, the clear winner with 3 points, followed by Joe and Metropolis tied with 2. Brad and S1500 tied for 3rd, and Chris Peabody in the rear for 4th place with a half point.
That's so sad.
Hey.
So
Well, I mean, you know.
go to arcaderadio.com/contest. Enter if you'd like one of these posters. They're pretty cool. We'll put it.
Special code Peabody.
The code for today's show is Peabody.
Lozenge. No, wait, no.
That was last week.
Yes.
And we didn't have a lot of entries because I'm pretty sure that people couldn't spell the word.
Actually, I didn't try to see it without the word lozenge in the key, because you can do a search.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I love that thing. That's great.
That is a.
Look it up.
I don't write the word lozenge out.
Nobody writes the word lozenge.
Brian does.
Yeah. I doubt he writes it legibly.
I was going to tell my SEPA call story, but...
Oh, yes. We haven't heard that one?
No. My first night on call as an intern, I get this page at 3 a.m., and the nurse is like, we need a prescription for SEPA call. And I'm like, and I'm convinced, it's like literally my first night ever on call, that this is some like major, I'm like, that's cough drop. No, it can't be a cough drop. Because they wouldn't wake me up at 3 a.m. for a cough drop. And so I'm like quickly searching through books, trying to find like SEPA call, shit, and I find, I'm like, yeah, it is a cough drop. So then I like, yeah, you can give the patient cough drops. And then she goes, what dose? And I'm like, dose?
What's it?
Now I have to, yeah.
One.
Why don't you just give him cough drops, and when he stops eating them, write that down, and that's the dose.
That's funny.
Evidently, that wasn't the right answer. I got in trouble for that one, but that was my SEPA call story. I mean, I'm literally freaking out at 3 o'clock in the morning, like trying to quickly look through these books and look stuff up online, but like not.
That's funny. Is we should probably have a.
When I figured out, I'm thinking, why are you paging me?
We should probably have a disclaimer on the show for Brian's voice so that he's not like accused of being drunk. Because the robot's in a way that makes you sound a little tipsy.
Colorado episode 1, so we'll see how we're doing. Now, did this come with an apartment? What service are you using?
Yeah,
what's going on?
Let's not talk about that right now on the show.
Oh my God.
I think he's using the neighbor's Xfinity Wi-Fi or something.
Password
No, it's an Xfinity hotspot. It's actually not. Like, this is supposed to be like Xfinity has hotspots around the country. The problem, I actually think, is my computer, because my computer is just tanking.
It's
So-
not real hot. The hot spot is pretty lukewarm.
Cool spot.
It's more of a a
Well,
warm spot in the pool.
It's like I'm trying to type into the chat window, and it took like 30 seconds for the text to show up.
Yeah, you may just need to buy a new computer.
You need some memory.
Yeah.
Well, I'm bringing my tower's coming out here this week, so we should be good next week.
Cool. So
I
let's.
have a spare laptop you can borrow. What do you think? It's just no. Okay.
Was that me? Did you guys hear a truck go by? All right, let's move on to the next segment. What do you think?
I'm in.
Mr. Peabody, welcome to the show.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Hello there.
Hi, thanks for thinking. All right, well, that's up for the show. Thanks for listening in. It's been really fun.
And we're done.
And we're done.
Okay.
All right, first of all, I think the chatters want to know is how you became a human Shazam. That's our first question.
Well, I grew up listening to music. Everyone in my family listens to music. I don't know. Anytime a song came on, anyone in my family would always ask, "Hey, you know who this is?" No. And they'd tell me, and then I just kind of have repetition after years and years and years. And
It's so weird, though. We can play like a segment. I was just telling somebody that you could play literally 2 or 3, like 1 second of a Police song, and boom, you got it.
it clicks. Plus, I have my wife to help me a little bit sometimes, too.
That's good. And it's kind of Casey's thing, too. Casey and Dolly, the dynamic duo. Dolly does quite well on her own. Casey does quite well on his own. But I think once in a while they help each other out.
What?
I don't know. I would help each other if, I would help. Randy's like, oh, just like Casey. So that's it. So that's it. You just sort of, over time, you just listen to everything. Because it's not just one genre we play out of.
I listen to country, rock, rap, stuff in the 90s, 80s, 70s. Just whatever is in my mood, and I listen to.
What's your favorite decade of music?
90s.
90s, okay. So Counting Crows, is that in there?
Yeah, they're okay.
They're okay.
Wait, born in 1984, right?
I don't know much about Flash.
What?
Are you more of a Black Crowes fan then?
No, I kind of like more. When I say 90s music, there's Black Crowes, Hootie, but more like. How can I say this?
Hootie?
I like.
Hootie's a country singer now.
Well, he is. Darius Rucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's making more money than he ever did before.
Yeah, that's funny. I love that first album they did though. It's good.
Oh my God, such memories.
All that. So, 90s. Name a few bands at the top of your head.
From the 90s that I really liked. Oh, jeez. It's gonna sound weird, but one of my favorite ones was actually Limp Bizkit.
Oh, I've met Fred Durst. Great guy.
I met Wes. He was nice. Fred was kind of a dink when I met him.
Well, I was at a movie premiere, so he was sort of like already juiced up. So.
Any other 90s stuff? Kind of drawing a blank right now. Actually, now that I'm put on the spot.
Pearl Jam.
I respect their music. I'm not a huge fan of them.
Nickelback. Wait, no.
They got a couple good songs. Nowhere near a fan of them, but I think that was 99.
Yeah, right.
Says new.
Brian will be roboting for the rest of the show.
Allison Chains is awesome. Yep.
That's funny.
Lane Stanley.
Oh yeah, I love Lane Staley. Whatever happened to him? He died. It sucks.
All right, I'm gonna play.
He had like 3 fingers, didn't he? Like they were fused together or something.
Is that true?
I think so. There was something wrong with his hands.
Interesting.
I'm gonna play a couple of clips just to test you here now.
Okay.
We're gonna go to the 90s. and Mr. Peabody's I'm gonna play just 1 second of these songs.
1 second.
And we'll see how it goes.
Ooh, that's a tough one because there's a triangle there.
That one I don't know.
Let's play another couple seconds.
Hold on. That wasn't really vanilla, was it?
Wait, is it Seal? No.
Nope. That's John Cicada.
Oh my God.
Just Another Day. That was the early 90s. Okay, let's go a little further down.
Tough one.
Let's try this one.
Well, yeah.
Hey, Jealousy.
Yep.
It's
By the Gin Blossoms. Correct. All right, here's another one.
Terrible.
Tiffany's Deep Blue something.
Yes, nice. All right, here comes. Here's a local one for you.
Runaway Train, Soul Asylum.
Yep.
Wow.
All right. Here's one that's more melancholy.
Oh, I'm glad you let it get down to that.
Brick.
Yep, that is correct. Ben Folds 5 Brick. All right. Here's a little tougher one.
I know that one.
It's a good song.
Fade Into You. I can't remember the artist.
Mazzy Star. You got the track though. That is pretty impressive. All right, I'll play one more. Let's see here. This one.
Don't look now.
That one I don't know.
Everything Falls Apart by Dog's Eye View.
I got
one hit wonder.
Yeah, there's lots of good 90s music, man. There's lots of good. I mean, you pull up the Pretty Woman soundtrack or
You didn't play any Enya.
pump up the volume. And yeah, that's funny.
What are your feelings about Enya?
We're gonna go down that road. We became a music show tonight, which is kind of fun. So, Mr. Peabody, tell us about your arcade collection. What you obviously are a bit of a collector.
I have a couple games.
A tinkerer.
I looked up your Twitter from like 2014, and I saw that you used to send things to John Jacobson.
Yeah.
And he sometimes replied.
Every once in a while, I'll try to talk to him, and he will reply.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the last one I talked to him on that one was a golden tee I picked up.
Yes,
Oh, cool.
I saw that.
Yeah, I paid $20 for it, and I found $17 in quarters in it. And it worked.
It's a $3 arcade game. Now that is priceless.
That is a great one.
Now,
Yeah, I've got a Lethal Enforcers cabinet that I got from Summit Amusement that they were throwing out for free.
Was that the one that they? Is that the one that they put on the street? And they said, "Hey, come get it."
They used to dump them back behind the
Oh.
top and stuff. And
Right.
then when I went and picked this one up, and I told them, I said, "Hey, how many more of these guys are you getting rid of?" They're like, "Well, we got tons. Why?" I go, "There's people throwing these Pandora's boxes in there and selling them for $1,500." And then next thing you know, they kind of quit.
you can't tell them those
Boy.
secrets.
They were like, "Oh, this is a great idea."
Yeah.
So it was you.
Well,
yeah.
Don't
And I got
didn't Lethal
two
Enforcers
projects.
cabinets have problems though? Like, aren't they notoriously broken?
This one was pretty sturdy.
Notoriously not wanted.
No, I mean they don't
Yeah,
work.
It was pretty gutted. The only thing left in there was a Hanrex Polo 25-inch monitor in it. Not
Wow.
sure if it works.
Hmm.
I gave that away. It didn't have the original setup with the mirror, where the monitor was mounted down.
Oh.
It was actually converted to a Big Buck Hunter Sportsman Paradise 2 or something like that. So,
Wow.
but not too much. I have a claw machine which is kind of fun. A small little Greyhound claw machine.
That's mine.
My daughter's actually.
Cool.
Who trying to steal it from me?
Then I got 2 project cabs in the garage right now. Actually, the golden tee that you saw is originally a NBA Jam, which I want to convert back to NBA Jam and probably sell that and try to get a working NFL Blitz.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's funny
Not
because
too much. I'm still in the beginning. Haven't accumulated as much as you guys have, but I'm starting to work on it.
that's cool. Super Strike Bowling was made by the people that made Golden Tee.
Yep.
So
Hey, so I'm going to ask you one of my classic questions. As a youth, when you were a young man, what were the circumstances that you first became hooked on arcade games?
Arcade games?
Where did you go? Like, what was it? Like, was there a corner store? Was it console games that drew you in? Like, what exactly?
Well, my first experience with games was actually the NES in the 80s. I had to have been like 4 years old. I remember going to family. A lot of my family members all had video games. It was the Atari 2600s or it was NES. But I remember playing Metroid. It was my first physical memory of playing a video game. But after that, I fell in love with video games. I've been collecting console games ever since. Never knew I could own arcade games in the 90s. A family member who worked for a local vending company. We went over his house one day and he had a room full of games, and I could not believe that you could own these things. And he had them for about a year and a half, and then one day he got rid of them because his electricity bill skyrocketed. But I didn't start getting back into it until about 2013, after the Wreck-It Ralph movie.
There you go.
And it just happened to pop up on my feed, on my YouTube feed, of stuff that I might have watched, and it was a John's Arcade video. I still remember it, the Commando video, him figuring out.
I love that. That's my favorite, where he gets a busted ass Commando, does not work, and he's like, "We're gonna make this thing. We're gonna fix this bitch." You know. I'm sorry I didn't say that, but
yeah, and it was the power supply, and I understood basic wiring diagram because I'm a mechanic, so I know how to read wirings, voltages, and I was kind of like, "Oh, I can do that." And then I started looking online, and
so did John get the Commando working?
Yeah, he just replaced the switching power supply.
Yeah, it was a bad switcher. He dials in the monitor a little bit. It's a great little fun video. And literally, he started filming while it was still in the back of his car, not pulled out yet. So he had no idea what was going to happen.
That's funny. So he just kept it rolling, and went with it. That's good times.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. And I've been slowly trying to accumulate. I'm kind of a cheap gamer, so I kind of wait for the good deals, but it's kind of hard. Everybody is into retro stuff now, so everything's skyrocketing.
Yeah.
So it's kind of pretty quiet around here.
There's a group on Facebook called the Poor Score Arcade Collectors. Is that it?
Oh,
yep. Yeah, I'm part of that.
Yeah, me too.
Me too.
Kind of makes me mad sometimes. Like, hey, I got these 3 pinball machines for $20. It's like,
yeah, I know.
I know. Poor scores are just few and far between. Although I got my second Super Strike for $100 like good. 2 weeks ago. That was crazy.
That's pretty awesome.
I got my first Super Strike for $40. So the overall investment on this game has been pretty decent.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, did you get the second one working?
No, I haven't worked on it yet.
Yeah.
It's still out there. But now that we had spent some time together and I documented how my working one works, we'll do this. It'll happen.
Yeah, and you know how to fix the sensor, so you're good to go.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so every once in a while we have tidbits of information that are useful on the show. Every once in a while.
Some occasionally.
And what would be really great is if somebody wanted to ask us a question about how to fix something, if we could see if we can fix it. Like you could call us 612-548-GAME. 612-548-4263, and you could leave us
612-548-GAME. Come on.
Yeah, and then you call us and you could say, well, the thermal flange on the flex capacitor of my NBA Jam conversion with there used to be a Cubert is not working. Could you tell me what to do?
Hey, you know what? There's an interview question I don't think we've ever asked before.
Yeah.
If you could be a character in any game, Chris, what character would you be and why?
Oh boy.
Jumpman.
Jumpman.
Yeah.
Why?
Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is my favorite game of all time.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Always loved it.
Well, you must have liked it when we had Billy Mitchell on then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy's okay.
Did you ever watch the Chris Wiebe episode?
Steve Wiebe?
Oh, I missed it.
That was before I.
Oh shit! I've got Chris on the brain. Sorry.
Yeah, a lot of Chris's.
There are a lot of Chris's.
So many.
That was before I ever.
Oh crap! My Google Voice is on. Somebody's leaving a message. I better hang up on that. So now they'll leave a message and I can play it back.
Is that how it works?
I don't. Well,
is it Brian calling from his phone?
Exactly. He's like,
frozen?
that'd be funny. He's like, yeah. Now somebody's legit leaving a message, which is great to know, right? You should know that. But what was the? So we have Jumpman, and the question was the follow-up question was why, and it's your favorite game, but why if you're Jumpman? What's appealing about Jumpman?
Well, I mean, you don't want to be Donkey Kong. You're so big and heavy.
Mario, yeah.
I mean, come on.
He is pretty.
That's ape. I already look like an ape.
He's a talented jumper.
Yes.
Yeah. We gotta. Cool. Now, there's a way to like make sure. Oh boy.
They hung up.
So Brian just said he's out.
He got called?
No, he just said his computer completely caught on fire.
Oh no.
He's like, I can't do the show anymore. So it's just me and you and Chris.
All right. It's the trio.
Okay, we got a question in the jukebox. Let's do it. All right. In the jukebox, in the voicemail.
Oh, right. Okay.
Hi, yeah, you said to call in if I needed something repaired. I need to do an alternator on my 2002 Honda Civic, and I was wondering if you could tell me how to do that. Thanks.
I know who that is.
First of all, you need a screwdriver. You gotta take that old alternator out.
Right.
But do it just with one hand so
Now,
that you won't get a heart attack.
In a 2002 Honda Civic, you can't stand in the engine compartments. You'll have to do this from outside of the car.
Yes, you'll need to take your windshield out and your hood and do it from while you're sitting in the passenger seat.
And if you're low on headlight fluid, you should be aware that halogen fluid is the brightest.
Correct. Always top that halogen. Correct.
That's right. Don't mix the blinker fluid with the headlight fluid.
And if for God's sake, make sure there's enough saliva on your hand as you're removing the alternator.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And, because COVID's going on, you should definitely have some hand sanitizer in your car for when you decide to drive afterward.
That's correct. And it also makes a refreshing beverage.
I think we did a good job. That's how to change an alternator in your 2002 Honda Civic. Brought to you by Arcade Radio.
You're welcome.
I don't know. That's one of the better ad-libs we've done.
That's pretty good.
Let's just enjoy this for the next 15 seconds. Yes.
All right, I'm gonna close the phone line again in case somebody calls.
Yeah. What about that contest? Contest, arcaderadio.com/contest. Secret keyword
Peabody. Or go
My
to
daughter
the.
wanted me to show you a picture she drew for you, Adam.
Oh.
For you.
That was pretty good.
Let me see.
Is she?
That's
aspiring
very
artist?
good.
Awesome.
I like it.
She loves to draw.
All right, so Mark, I know you have at least 10 more questions in there. Let's pick another one.
Okay, so Chris, did you ever stop playing arcade games for any length of time ever?
Yeah, when I left the arcade and then went back to the arcade again.
Now,
what could have possibly lured you away?
Let's see.
Arcade?
So you left.
Having to go home. No, I have always loved arcade games. Anytime I went to a mall and they had arcade games, I'd always flock there. And even if I didn't have money, I'd kind of stand around and kind of play with the change machines, see if I could find quarters. So I could play Street Fighter, Tekken.
Oh, I know. The search for quarters was a global thing that everybody. Well, what was some of your favorite arcades that you would visit?
Well, a lot of the roller rinks like Cheapskate, Rhythm Land, the Mall of America one. We had one in Brookdale.
Let's see, the Mall of America had a couple places to play games, but they had that one spot that was like, I don't know, third floor, and there was like Daytona there. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was a small room. I remember up there on the third floor. You used to be able to smoke up there and stuff. And
The third floor, that's where you go to get stabbed.
no, yes.
Or cut, really. It depends on what the device was. But
Maybe
no, I like the arcade that was in the Camp Snoopy.
Oh,
They had
yeah.
NFL
Oh,
Blitz,
yeah.
and They kind of had the redemption stuff on one side and the actual arcade games on the other. And so my mom used to work at she managed a laundromat, and they took tokens. So my friend and I grabbed a handful, put them in our pockets, went to Mall of America, and just stuck it in the machine, found out, hey, this works.
Yeah, because I think they
around.
use 0.900 tokens, like Namco and a bunch of others. Those are the most common, and those are the most common that were used in laundromats and car washes and stuff. So, Mark's about to get a token.
Us being about 12 years old was pretty exciting to figure that out until they kind of realized what we were doing. They were opening up the change baskets and realizing there's these silver coins in there versus the gold color coins.
That's a Namco token?
This says putt-putt on it. I'm not
Okay, yeah, putt-putt. So that's a 0.900 also. So if you have a Chuck E. Cheese token, those are 0.984. They're bigger than a quarter.
Right.
And then 0.950 is the size of a quarter, which is 0.950 something of an inch.
Oh, really? It's not like it's not metric? Interesting.
No, yeah.
So are Chuck E. Cheese coins rare now that Chuck E. Cheese is bankrupt?
No, and they didn't shut everything down, so there's still going to be Chuck E. Cheese after all this goes down. They just shut down a lot of the unprofitable stores. Okay. So, but yeah, they don't. I was told last week that they use cards now.
Oh, that's so sad.
But I don't know if that's true, because how do you give kids cards?
I mean,
it's perfect. They lose them.
Yeah, exactly.
Just put them on a little, a thing around their neck, and then bam, problem solved.
Right. Yeah. How boring that is. I swipe a card to play a game.
I can't think of what a thing around your neck is called.
A lanyard.
Lanyard.
Yeah.
That's such a cool word.
Lanyard. And it makes no sense.
No.
Like, what's
Whose yard is it anyway?
What's the etymology of a lanyard?
Sounds like it's a part for a boat or something.
Exactly. Well, you might be onto something. This kid's smart.
Looking it up. Lanyard etymology. Okay, you guys discuss something. I don't know what's.
Discuss stuff. Okay.
It's late Middle English lanyard, in the general sense, a short length of rope for securing something. Ha ha! That's awesome.
Like a boat to the dock.
The change in the ending in the 17th century was due to association with yard.
Wow. So it's actually incorrect. Lanyard is it's like they just allowed for irregardless to be in the dictionary.
You could secure your yard with rope or something,
Right.
Maybe they used to lasso people that would, intruders.
So
get out of my yard.
Get out of my yard.
So I know you have a modest collection and you're looking at adding. Do you have anything that you're after?
Yeah.
Well, even though Donkey Kong's my favorite game, I still don't own an actual dedicated. So that's probably one of my top. But I don't know. I'm pretty happy with MAME. I got a lot of people I know that I can go over there and play awesome games at their house every once in a while.
Sure. Now
I don't need 20 or 30 games. I think if I had a good solid 5, hope my wife's not listening to this, but at least 5 good ones. And
5 is a real small footprint.
Yeah.
It's 10 feet across. Come on.
You could fit that in the laundry room.
Yeah.
Or basement.
Yeah.
I
Basements
like
are...
Donkey Kong, an actual good Golden Tee 4.
Oh yeah.
I like Zookeeper.
Oh, there you go. Good Tato game.
I wish I had a Zookeeper.
Zookeeper.
I really like Truxton. I don't know if that's a Tsuzuki game or something. It's a Japanese game, but
okay,
that's a lot of fun to shmup.
Neo Geo or?
It came out on the Genesis.
Okay.
It's actually kind of
Sega.
A little expensive. It's about $80 for the cartridge on Genesis.
What's it called again?
Truxton. Truxton.
Okay.
Wow.
What else do I like?
Do you like R-Type? Speaking of shmups.
It's fun. I liked it a lot more when I was younger.
Yeah.
I have it on my main cabinet. It's not something I can sit there and keep going to.
Sure.
I like Tetris Plus. That's a lot of fun. Dr. Mario, the arcade. That's kind of fun, but nothing super uber rare that I'd have to have. Definitely not an Exterminator. Yeah. I don't know. There's cool games. I mean,
It's funny because you bring that up every week, but really you don't like it.
No. That's funny. It's just kind of funny to get Brian going and you going. And,
That's funny.
But it was funny because both you and I were playing the game at Brian's house.
Yep.
And messing around with it, and you got tired of playing it and actually got a higher score not playing it than when you did play
That's
it.
right. I forgot about that. When I let go of the controls, I actually scored better.
Yes.
How's that even possible?
Were you shooting still, or
no?
No.
He started the game and backed away.
Yeah.
And it literally, he got a higher score.
Because it's like the controls are so awful on that game.
It's so weird with the twisting. And...
So do you collect consoles then too?
Yes, I have all Nintendo consoles except for the Wii U. I kind of skipped that generation.
Yeah.
I got all the PlayStation so far.
Yeah, I didn't do Wii U.
Me neither.
Did you go from Wii to Switch?
Yes. Well, I had my Wii, and I think I was playing on PlayStation 3 for a while, and then kind of held off and just bought a Switch the day it came out. I went and waited in line and picked that up and Zelda, and loved the console. And then I got PlayStation 4 a couple months later, and just.
I think I'm going to sell my PlayStation 4.
I just found my PlayStation 5. I have a Chewbacca that is, we own it's funny, we own a mannequin, and we put our Chewbacca costume on it, so we kind of forget that there's a mannequin underneath. Anyways, for some reason, we stuck the PlayStation behind it, and yesterday, my wife was looking for her purse that she thought she lost, and I found the PlayStation. So it was pretty awesome.
You saw it's a PlayStation 4 though, right? Because you don't have a 5.
It was a 3. It was a 3.
Okay.
Has the 5 come out?
No, it comes out in December allegedly.
November.
Right. Yeah.
It'll be November, same time Xbox comes out.
Yeah, I literally I stuck it back there. I remember now. One day I'm like, I'll remember this is here. I'll just put it's like out of the way, no problem. But my wife's purse, it's funny. It was on the counter, and I walked by and accidentally knocked it off, and it went into a recycle bin that I happened to have sitting there. And so, like, for a week, we didn't know where her purse went, and then I'm like watching the video on the Nest Cam, and I found out where it was. And so glad I don't care if the government watches me. It's awesome.
That's funny.
Yeah, I collect handhelds. I've got pretty much all Nintendo's handhelds.
Did you hear about the Analog Pocket? You gonna get one of those?
No, I have all the Game Boys and stuff, and
sure.
It's really cool. I mean, I really wanted to. I wanted to get one of those retro flag EPI cases and put a Pi Zero in there and stuff and play it. I just can't. Me being as cheap as I am,
sure.
I can't spend $200 on a Game Boy.
Thrifty.
When I have 10 of them behind me.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably end up buying one because my eyes are so old now that I have a hard time playing on the Game Boy Color.
Yeah.
It's like I use readers, but it's really hard to see that screen anyway. So
I'm thinking about getting bifocal contact lenses.
Can you do that?
I think so, yeah.
Huh.
I mean, I got LASIK, so my vision is only like -2 or something.
Yeah, that's me too.
Yeah. So did you get LASIK?
Yep.
Nice.
So I can see far just fine, but when I try to read, that's when things are.
Oh, it's weird. I have the
problematic.
opposite problem where I can see up close.
Oh.
I have to like take my glasses off. But...
Interesting. Interesting. Do you have the game Zero Wing for the Genesis?
Zero.
No. Zero Wing.
All your base are belong to us. Remember that?
No. I might have played it.
It's Japanese.
Any game that I couldn't buy, I bought a Raspberry Pi and
Sure.
I emulate those because it's a lot of the games that I used to have, I traded away because I got the newest system because I went from the
Right.
Master System, the
Right.
Genesis. We skipped the Saturn. I never got the Saturn, but I went straight to Dreamcast. And then once I got that, I'm like, well, I don't need this stuff. And I was getting rid of everything. And the past few years, I've been trying to get back all the stuff that I had and that I really liked. And
Yeah.
realizing that some stuff is just, I can't pay $100 to play one game
Right.
again. So
When I had Saturn, I had a Saturn. I actually had a JVC, Sega CD, and a Sega CD adapter for the Genesis, I believe it was.
yeah, I had the 32X also for it.
Yeah, I got the 32X, but to get all this stuff, it's kind of spendy. So I don't know. I've also been a fan of the EverDrive cartridges.
Yeah, that's something that I'd really like. I like the Raspberry Pi because it emulates certain things very well, where you can't really emulate N64 all that much because of some chip in there with
Sure.
a fog chip or something like that. So I've been thinking about getting an EverDrive for the N64, but we'll see what's going to happen with the Switch because they might come out with
the other
N64 Classic.
Yeah. So the SNES and the N64 and some of the other, even Mega Drive and Genesis, they started to do clever things with adding hardware to the cartridges. So when the system was not capable of doing what they wanted to do, they would add on. So the problem then becomes that you also need the mappings for those EverDrive cartridges. So if you were going to play, for instance, the Super Nintendo has the first Mario Kart, but they did some trickery in the cartridge to make that work. So you need a specific mapping in there with the right hardware controls to make it work in software. So it gets tricky. You need to have all these different little libraries downloaded to make everything work. So
And that's just with the EverDrive?
yeah. Now they've made newer SNES EverDrives that I believe come with the mappings that you need, but.
Oh, yeah, I've seen the different versions,
Yep. But I have one of the last EverDrives that, for the SNES that came out, and I can't play, without having the mappings, I can't play a number of games that I love. So it becomes almost more trouble than it's worth when you can pick up a Pi for $65.
Well, even a Pi Zero for $5 and it'll play Super Nintendo.
Sure.
So,
yeah, it's fun stuff. And I actually have my Super Nintendo hooked up and been going through a bunch of games because I'm going to thin out my collection. But there's that system is phenomenal. The stereo coming out of it. I forget how well made that was, even though it didn't have the extensive library that the NES had. There were some really, really good games on that system.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the SNES.
I'm still a big fan of the NES, though. That's like my favorite. With the controllers that hurt your thumbs and all that stuff. It's like an Atari 2600. No one ever forgets that blister you get on the inside of your hand from ratcheting that good old stick. So
yeah, I used to play with the NES Advantage, which was the arcade stick, and used to play a lot of Xanac with that, and a lot of fun trying to play games on NES with that thing.
Well, you also lucked out on this show. I mean, you obviously have some skills with identifying music, but you're the first big prize we gave away. It was a bit kit, and you won that. So you must be pretty happy with the loot, the arcade radio loot crate.
Yes, very excited about it.
Now, you got a couple of fun prizes, too. I added some things to your loot crate.
Yep, I saw that.
So you have the one and only prototype arcade radio disappearing mug. I forgot to tell you that you can't wash that in the dishwasher.
That's good to know,
do
because I
that.
almost put it in there right away.
I did hand wash it before I put it back in that box. So
I got the arcade radio A-Team van. It's also not washable. Oh, look how dusty it is.
now let me see that thing. That thing's.
It's been a while, right? Do you remember this?
Yeah, I sent you like a box full of stuff. Because you
Adam sent me things he needed to get rid of, quote unquote.
No, but you liked the A-Team, and you had that.
I do. I love it.
You had the A-Team van, and I thought you should have that.
I need to paint it to be the A-Team van. You're right.
But then I'll give you some other stuff that I thought you'd like too, like a Back to the Future dice game.
I have that.
And some arcade radio stuff.
All the stuff you gave me is like, I have a special Adam shelf.
I need to send you some more stuff.
I also have stuff John Jacobson dropped that he forgot about.
I have an Adam shelf too.
That's funny. Let's see what we got.
So John, we were at the arcade, Hudson Arcade in Chicago, correct? And Wesby, is that his name?
Are those real? Tops made a video game series?
Apparently so. I have 2 of them, and a few weeks ago, I pulled out of a jacket these, and I had forgotten that I'd put them in my pocket to give them to John later. But now it's been like 3 years, so I think he's fine.
Okay, let's open one.
No, what?
Yeah. I mean, there's got to be.
we?
Yeah, let's open one right now.
Okay. Hold on. Let me see which one contains the least broken pieces of gum. I'm gonna think this one. Okay. Let's do it.
We got to see what these are now. You got to tell us a little bit about these. They're Tops video cards.
Tops Video City Best Video Games. On the back it says, "It's the most exciting new lollipop idea for fun." Is this true? Oh, it's a commercial for Ring Pop on the back. I don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah, the Ring Pops. Those were good.
So it's funny. A Ring Pop isn't going to be in this, but they're advertising for it.
Right.
And then it says copyright 1983. Tops chewing gum, dextrose,
Tops.
corn syrup, gum base, blah blah blah. Holy crap! We're going to open it during this show. Okay, here goes.
All right.
Let's see what happens.
Well, there's a bunch of it. You can buy a bunch online right now.
There's a few things. First of all, there's gum.
Oh yeah,
that came with it, so you can.
I dare you. I dare you to eat the gum.
I'm gonna chew it. I'll try to chew it. We'll see.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, there's a piece of gum stuck to it. Let's get that off.
All right.
Okay. First, we've got it's like a Donkey Kong Junior scratch-off game.
That's funny because those come in the Donkey Kong Jr. packs. These are like leftover video game cards.
No way, dude. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, there's 2 of these. Turbo.
Oh, nice.
Also, and I think they're going to be scratch-offs. Yep, they sure are.
They're all scratch-offs. That's crazy.
Maybe we'll make these contest winners in the next thing. Okay, here's a Donkey Kong Jr. These appear to be stickers.
Yeah, so those are straight out of the Donkey Kong Jr. packs. This is like whatever Tops had left over and stuck it in there and sold it as a mystery pack. That's funny.
Insane. That's insane. What else we got? Looks like some Zaxxon stuff. That's crazy. And on the back, looks like some generic game. Was I holding it upside down? It says Blast. Okay. And then while Adam's going to, it looks like Adam has some stuff. Another Zaxxon card right here. This must have been like the creme de la creme of the Tops collection.
So here's a Donkey Kong card scratch off from the Donkey Kong Tops. Looks familiar.
Yeah, it does.
And then some stickers with a puzzle on the back.
So what happens? You just scratch it off and then you either win or you don't win. It's not like you get any money out of it.
No, you don't. But it teaches you how to do scratch offs, so that's good.
Oh yeah, so pre-gambling exercises.
Yeah. But there's some fun stickers though. These Donkey Kongs were all stickers. I think. So. It's cool stuff. And then on the back, it formed the cover of the box, which is basically a Donkey Kong poster. But
I got them all to go back into the thing.
That's funny. Now you can tape it shut.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Well, now we know what's inside them.
Thanks, Wesby.
So now I don't.
Or
Yeah. Now I don't have to buy them.
Arcade.
But there is right now on eBay a bunch of Video City cards, unopened wax packs.
How much? Like nothing.
Not too bad. There's some that are open already that people have paired off and whatever. That's no fun. You want to get the mystery box, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna call it a show. But Chris, I want to thank you for listening in to the show, and it's been fun to get to know you a little bit on the show.
Coming in.
And do you have anything you want to say about Arcade Radio? Want to plug anything?
Yeah.
Tune in next week, Arcade Radio, my favorite arcade podcast.
Oh, there we go. That's a glowing review. We should put that in the sound bites. You got to say this is Mr. Peabody, and Arcade Radio is my favorite podcast.
Want me to say it again?
Yeah. You got to do it, right, guys? We got to do it.
Do it.
This is Mr. Peabody, and Arcade Radio is the best arcade podcast.
All right. That's going to be in the clip for next week. You've heard it here. We're the best podcast, arcade podcast. We may not have as many episodes as other podcasts, but we are the best podcast.
Right. And second longest running arcade podcast.
That's kind of crazy.
I know.
We should play some outro music, and Chris, stick with us, and then we'll let you off the show after we're signed off. How's that sound good? I think it's good. All right, here we go. So this is going to be... Now, Mark, we're going to have to figure this out.
I did it.
Oh, you got it already.
Yep.
All right, let's just play a little bit here. There's a lot of...
Somebody's working out.
Yeah, I love it. I mean... It's great. I gotta do a whole album of this stuff. It'll be fun. Anyway, thanks for listening to the Double R's. That's Arcade Radio. Oh wait,
don't forget
hold
to
it.
check out
We forgot the contest. Hold everything.
Oh shit!
Nah, let's not do it. Let's just skip it. I'm just kidding. We're supposed to do it at 9 o'clock. We're 6 minutes behind.
We have a contest.
Man.
I'm remembering that. That would be weird.
So, tell them what they're gonna win, and I'll get everything ready because I was totally ill prepared for this.
I've had a lot of beer. What was the prize exactly?
Maybe Mr. Peabody should tell everyone what they're gonna win. Nobody remembers.
He's had like a lesser beer, and still I'm like, I don't really remember.
It had something to do with Steve Wiebe.
Steve Wiebe
poster.
poster.
The Wiebe poster, yeah.
Right.
And it's funny because it's not in the title of the prize. It just says win tonight's prize.
I remember it then when I was typing it.
It's like win something.
Yes.
That's funny. So we're gonna look at the entries right now. I want to just see how many people entered the contest tonight. Okay, we have actually we have more than last week, which is funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. We have 7 people.
I think we had 10 last week.
Did we?
That's okay. There was a duplicate. I deleted it. So.
Oh, okay. All
But
right.
both duplicates had the correct keyword, Peabody.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
So I just need to, So we're gonna tell everybody who's in the running because there's only
Why
7,
not?
right?
Yeah, it's easy. Mike Page, who was our most recent submission, he is in the running. Joe Drozen, Darren Norman, Dylan, aka Alaska's in. Of course, Chris Graham. Thank you, beer. Brad Holman, Metropolis, and that's it.
What kind of beer are you drinking? That's really strong.
My wife bought this terrible. It's called a bourbon. It's called a bourbon barrel quad.
Oh, it's a quad IPA.
I'm starting to like black out or something. I don't know. I'm sure I'll be fine. It'll be great.
Oh my gosh, that is funny. All right, so next we're gonna So we have 7 people in there, and you know the drill. Now you get to hear the computer do its work. We love the computer part, right?
Oh, we have that sound.
Yeah, it's actually built into the app. So
welcome to Spaceship Earth. I'm pulling for Mike Page. I think he deserves to win something.
All right, actually, Mike's All right, so 3, 2, 1. All right, and the name at the top of the list is D. Norman.
All right.
So D. Norman, congratulations! Darren. You just won a Steve Wiebe signed poster from the Mall of America, circa 2015. I think. I'm not really sure. I have to put I'm gonna have to write the date on here. July 11th. No year. Who makes posters like this?
Cruel people. Most.
Oh, it's terrible. Anyway, I think I only have a couple left of these, so maybe we'll.
I still want one, so just hang on to that.
All right, I'll send it to you. You can put it on the Adam shelf.
All right, or I'll buy an arcade game. You can shove it in there.
Boy, I want to just thank the people that listened for that contest last second because we almost shafted them.
Sorry, dudes.
Sorry, dudes. All right, thanks for listening. This has been the Double R's. That's Arcade Radio.
Yes, like us at facebook.com/Arcade Radio, or check out our infrequently updated blog at arcaderadio.com. That's RCADERADIO.com.
And you can check out the arcaderadio.com website for social media and swag links.
Nice. Call and leave comments. 612-548-GAMES. That's 4263 in case you can't spell. Thank you, caller, whoever you were.
You can also pick up some t-shirts over at teespring.com/Arcade Radio, or go to the arcaderadio.com website, and there's a link there to the Teespring stuff. Also, we have this Patreon campaign that we would love for you to help us keep the show going with. It does cost us a fair amount of money to keep this going, but we're glad to do it for free. But for a mere $3 a month, you could help us out. So go check it out if you'd be so kind.
It's patreon.com/arcade.
Oh yeah, I didn't say the thing. Patreon.com/Arcade Radio.
Hey, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click that notification bell so you'll know when we're streaming live.
Yeah. And also, if you like what you've been hearing, you can drop us a 5-star review somewhere where you listen to us, because that helps get us up the food chain so other people can find out about the show.
Right, especially on iTunes. We like those reviews.
Yes, iTunes is great.
Especially the reviews that say they touched me on my
back. Hey.
Hey, that's going to be it for the show from the Arcade Radio team. We hope you had a blast, and we will see you on the next episode.
Right. Bum.
Cheers.
And this song is... I just want to listen to this song.
I like this. I don't even remember the last one. Keep eating these burger beef chips. I wish you guys on the podcast could see this. I never need to even see a Wendy's. Oh, well, hello?
What happened?